welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for another video. We are excited.
Always, we love coming. We love doing this. It's fun because we used to do it and joke with each other and
mess around,
and have fun. And it's like we could do this on the video, share it with y'all.
Yeah.
You guys interact with us, and we could just have fun. You know what I mean?
So much fun.
So
I have a little sweat on my shirt, but I wore a black shirt. I learned
He
my
was
lesson.
setting up. We had to set up the studio,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Our
tough.
studio right here. We got to set it up, and he's the executive producer, so he takes care of all that.
Sure, but I
Audio,
take care of, yeah.
the video. He's the guy, right? Yeah. Until we can hire somebody and
Yeah,
pay him,
yeah.
he's the guy.
We'll
right?
figure it out. We'll figure it out.
And like I said, you know, see his lifestyle apparel, stop pocket watching. What that means is, I know some people get that confused, is don't worry about what's in somebody else's pocket. Don't worry about Jeff Bezos spending $1 billion, and don't worry about me spending $100 because I don't got $1 billion yet. So don't worry about,
Mind your business.
don't worry about Louis buying a new car.
Nope.
Congratulations, it's about a new
Thank
car.
you.
Don't worry about that.
Stop.
Worry about yourself. So stop pocket watching. Don't worry about what's in my pocket. Worry about what's in your pocket.
It's all about.
Boom.
Okay. So let's just dive right into it.
We'll dive into it. We got a few topics.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things been going on.
Yeah.
We're trying to
So,
get through it all. It's
yeah,
a lot.
It's a lot.
Right?
What? 1 week?
Dangerous stuff like
1
to
week?
get you shut off Facebook or YouTube.
Now, we did write that. We usually write things down, so I just wanted to bring this up. The fact that all the chaos that's going on, this is the first thing that happened right after coronavirus. This is what's upsetting me so much because it's like, you would think we would learn our lessons because we're just repeating a cycle, right?
Hey,
It's not the first riots. It's not the first things that have happened.
life is not planned. There's no
It's
like.
not the first time. It repeats itself, and you think this is the first I don't want to say the name
Pandemic or whatever.
pandemic that we've had in how long, and we go right back to some crazy.
But we're gonna get into some topics. We're gonna also bring you another video. We have a special guest on our next video.
Our first guest.
You know, first guest ever. We hope hopefully plenty more. You know, we don't mind discussing stuff with different people, different opinions. But you know, one thing we're just talking about briefly is like people online, you know, the way they talk. And, you know, people are very, angry sometimes, or they want to get a point across. And
Overly opinionated.
it's like a lot of tough talk and a lot of people putting exclamation marks. I talked about this on my exclamation marks, and they put the word in capital letters. And it's like, oh, I'm so mad. I'm gonna put it in capital letters, and I'm gonna put the mean face on it. And it's like, man, it's a lot of anger, man. You gotta control that.
Yeah.
It's like me dealing with my son. My son gets angry. I say, I'm gonna take your Nintendo Switch, and he's like, no, you're taking my Nintendo Switch. And I'm like, calm down, control yourself. Just relax. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. And it's kind of how you gotta do it with some adults.
Overall, you think it's a learned behavior that they react on acting out or being angry instead of acting like they just like with no emotion and just looking at the whole situation and just be like, maybe I should take a step back before I say something.
Well, just from reading, a lot of my thoughts and everything come from me, you know, books that we read or we shared or whatever, and you know, they teach you about, you know, responsibility, self-improvement. You control your future. You are you can make yourself move forward or you can go backwards, right? You are in control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times, you know, people think, you know, this is just the way I am. I'm angry, or I'm always upset, or I'm always anxious,
This is who
or
I
whatever.
am.
Unless, you know, it's I guess a chemical imbalance, or a doctor diagnoses you with it.
Yeah.
Which even that is.
And look, I'm not going to
crazy
say
me.
that there's no such thing as mental illness.
Yeah.
People have it.
Well,
I've seen it.
Yeah.
But overall, it's like it seems to be a mental illness issue if there's so many people on the internet or on Facebook or on Instagram, whatever it is, just outraged. They're always outraged. And they're like, why? What's the point?
Everything ticks you off, and it's like
Calm down.
some of that. What I always tell my son, like, you thinking about something first.
Yeah.
And then your emotions come. So like, when I think about him growing up, and that brings like the love in me, and like this is my son, this is my DNA, this is my next generation, right? Same thing I think about when I think about my wife. I'm like, this is my wife. You know, 70 years together, or 30,
70.
40, not 70. That'd be like
long.
90.
Yeah.
But we're gonna spend this much time together. This is my wife. I care for her so much. She took care. You know, she's my rock. She's my heart. All that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So all that thought about it gets that emotion of like love and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, that's kind of what I try to do is when you're in the situation, right? We getting off topic with the tough talk.
No, but it is.
You know what I mean? But you know, in the situation, of course, it's gonna affect you more emotionally.
Yeah, 100%.
When you're in it, when you're outside of it, you should be able to think logically and be able to, assess a situation instead of
Well, it's the same
just
thing.
going off emotion. Because that sometimes emotion gets you in trouble. If you're not thinking and you just go off of reacting,
You're not-
you
it's
could
not
be in
gonna
trouble.
work
You
out.
could get in a lot of trouble.
It's the same thing with work, with my job.
Yeah.
If I can, when I look at a problem, and I do the best I can to solve it, I can't be emotional about the problem. I have to pick it
Be
apart, logical, figure it out, and be like, here. And I've seen it before, or even with my daughter, when she's freaking out, if I react a certain way, she's gonna learn that from me. So it's like a learned behavior.
Fear.
Yeah.
Like we were talking today, my wife, and we were talking about like bugs. My wife hates bugs, right? Any type of bug. It could be a little.
I love bugs.
A little ladybug, right? That flies on her. She's like,
Oh my God!
She about
Get
to.
off me!
If it was in a car, she gonna. Hopefully she won't crash.
Yeah, hopefully.
But since my son was born, and me and my son have this thing where we take a bug out of the house and we take it outside, right? We don't even kill it, right? So since then, my wife has gotten real. It's crazy because she'll pick up a bug now.
Yeah.
Right? She'll pick up a lizard. She'll be like, oh, look at the cute little lizard. Before it was like,
oh my God, no.
right? She doesn't do that no more. It's because of my son, and she doesn't want my son to fear this thing.
That's great.
So those are learned things. If she was always fearful,
Yeah. But
then my son will see a bug, and I'm thinking my son's gonna see a bug. His wife is gonna be next to him, and he gonna be like, "Whoa!" And his wife's gonna be like, "Bro, it's a bug."
Relax, not a big deal.
Are you a man? What am I, man? You know what I mean? So like, we think about that type of stuff. So
That's
all
cool
it
that
is.
she was able to change that.
Yeah, she did. For my son, she
Yeah.
changed it. I promise you. She got tougher. She's more stronger. Like
You
she
can do
doesn't-
that with anything.
with anything.
You can do
I
it with
agree.
anything.
I agree. It's all over time. When you grow up, you learn things.
So before you start talking online, or before you start making statements or trying to make a movement, just think about what you're doing before you do it and how many people it's going to affect.
Correct.
And hopefully it's not just one specific side. Hopefully it helps everyone.
Yeah.
'Cause I think that's what we're all here
Yeah,
for.
we all want to. I agree. Everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
But the tough talk online, like I said, people talking. I see some people get back to that. Is like, people are talking and I don't know who they're talking to. Maybe it's a person that follows them that they're talking to, and they're like, man, if it was da 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 da, and I'm like, bro, like, who are you talking to? Like, nobody really even knows you. You got like 3 likes or whatever. Which I'm not saying likes make you anything,
No.
but I'm just saying you talking
Nobody
about
knows
like
who
you're gonna
you are.
go in and do something to somebody, but you're not doing that, which is crazy. So
What did you do to change anything at all? Oh, nothing? Oh,
yeah.
well.
So it's like
How
that's crazy.
important are you in this? Not really that important because it's right out and this thing is still going on. So stop
Yeah,
talking.
and you know what? This goes into another thing that we're going to talk about too. Is a lot of things that go on now, with all the and from their mansions, wherever their mansions are, right? Like you have like Ti. I know he probably got a mansion in Buckhead or somewhere, the rich areas, and you talking all this stuff, and then when it finally comes to your city and they start wrecking stuff, now all of a sudden you want to tell everybody to back off, right? And it's like, all these in the Beverly Hills, all these celebrities and these athletes, they rich, they living in like up in the hills.
Yeah.
They don't even see none of this. They see it from the hills. They see a fire and they're like, oh my God, a fire.
This is
It
crazy.
don't bother them though, because they still can go. They get their butler to go
And
get
it's like,
food.
anyway, chef,
they get their
make me
chef
a
to make
prime rib.
food,
Yeah.
and then they telling you to go out there and go and protest.
Yeah.
No, take your ass out there and protest.
Yeah.
Right? Don't be telling people, T.I. telling people to go protest. You go to Minnesota and you protest and you burn down the building.
Right.
Don't be having these young kids, these younger people go out there, go to jail, get hit with rubber bullets because you want to boost their head up because they listen to you.
It was the same thing I was talking about was the positive negative influence, bro. If you have a platform, if you're a celebrity, whatever you're doing, there's 2 ways to go about it. You can go the negative route and you can blast it out and understand that you have all these people who want to do exactly what you say at a moment's notice.
That's it.
And instead, you could have turned that into something that was positive and that would help the world or help everybody.
No. Yeah, and you want to. That's one thing I don't like. During this whole time, I was like,
It was kind
celebrities,
of
if you're not gonna go out there and protest and be in the streets and be in the front line,
Yeah.
and there was some out there I heard, I heard like Nick Cannon was out there or certain people was, that's more respect to you. If you gonna say it and then you go and do it, cool. But if you gonna say it and you gonna say it in your Beverly Hills mansion, I think I haven't seen Ice Cube at a protest. Maybe he was,
Yeah.
but you gonna stand in a mansion, like that's phony, bro.
Didn't
That's
something happen
phony. Don't be
recently
telling
with-
these young kids So they can go to jail, they could get arrested, they could get hit with mace and get sprayed in the face because you telling them to go out there. And
Look at how
I
far
don't-
your
and
how
what's
far
crazy
your
is-
reach is.
Yeah, and I don't mind the protest. The protest is not the issue.
No.
We get into another subject. We're gonna get into this more
That's
in our
a
next
whole
episode.
different thing, yeah.
But I don't mind the protest. I'm talking about when you talking about tearing buildings down and
Lighting things on fire.
That's a whole nother thing. We're gonna get into that.
Yeah. I have so much to say about that. I
But
wanna say
you know what I mean. But I don't want the celebrities when y'all talking. If y'all not out there doing it, shut up.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, T.I. And this is being real. I'm not trying to like. T.I. love his music.
Shout out T.I.
I done been to concerts, you know what I mean, down here in Atlantis, which I don't know it, you know, it used to be. And I've seen it, I love it. I got all the albums, but I'm saying like, I think that you gotta control that a little bit. Like you can't just be telling people to go out there and do shit.
And I listen to his podcast.
And the kids are gonna listen. The kids going out there, they like, man, T.I. told me to go and I'm gonna go protest. And then you get them get arrested, get hit with rubber bullets and mace and man, that's no joke. So that's it.
It's only gonna.
We'll talk about that more.
We can't go too far into it. It's
Yeah,
gonna
I want to
escalate.
get that because that's the next episode.
Okay,
And then also like we're talking about the lessons learned from COVID. I hope people learn lessons,
gosh.
especially from the COVID. Right now we forgot about it.
Yeah.
Nobody's wearing. I ain't
Nobody's even thinking
anybody
about
post
it.
about
Yeah.
COVID.
They're still wearing the masks.
They're wearing the mask, but they're not social distancing, and there's no like you're not worrying about it.
No.
So that's what it looks like to me. So I hope the lesson we were talking about was like money.
Yeah, money,
Right?
finances for sure.
Yeah.
So you think about your savings, right? You think about how much you had before you went into all this pandemic stuff. You got to see who really has money, who doesn't, because the ones who did not literally hurt them, they stayed home. Now you think about businesses who could not stay open, who are closed down now. Some of my favorite restaurants are done. They cannot financially
Now
recover.
opening back up. Yeah.
It's not just that too. Also noticing what was important, like just when it hit, before they did the lockdown, finding out what you could buy. So instead of going to just buying Lysol and all those, some people would just go like, you know what, I'm gonna go buy everything at Bed Bath and Beyond, or I'll buy everything at all the soaps that designer soaps, like those were
extra shit.
yeah, extra stuff, just because they knew that they were gonna be sold out once they opened back up.
Yeah.
And my wife is hoarding that
Yeah,
stuff. She has
but it's like the essentials. That's why they only let essentials. So we know we don't really need all that shit.
Yeah.
That's the problem I wanted people to understand. Like, this might happen again. So be prepared for it, man. Like,
Learn
you
a
don't need
lesson.
all that essentials. You don't need all that extra shit. You need the essentials,
Right.
right? I have my family. Like same with Louis has his family. That's all that really matters. At the end of the day, we can eat, we can order food. We got stuff to clean with.
Yeah.
We're good.
So
You know what I
at
mean? At
least
the end
we
of the
know
day, and I hope people learn the lesson from that is that you don't need all that extra shit.
Yeah.
Like, we stopped shopping. We're not ordering shit online. My wife still orders stuff here and there, but it's like, we saved money.
Yeah.
We have money
Saved a lot of
saved.
money,
And during this time, because we're not out spending, we're not out buying.
And who knows if they were gonna.
It might happen again.
Yeah, it might happen
And we can have this again, and then when people learn a lesson, even businesses, like I said, they feel it. You know what I mean? So hopefully everybody learn that lesson from that, and save money and just protect themselves. And some of the shit you don't need, like people buying shit they don't need. half the time.
It's one of my
So now
issues. Yeah,
hopefully-
one of my issues with this dude this entire time has been bugging the shit out of me. So the guy who's at home at Walmart, right, and he grabs 18 Lysols before they put his ban to it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're taking stuff out of other people's. You're taking supplies that other people could use just as much as you. And I know you have a family, and I get it. Look,
Yeah, we
I'd
don't
love
need
to
eight- we don't
hoard
need
it all,
18 Lysols.
but I think about other people, motherfucker. And if you keep doing that shit, and if this all happens all over again, if I see you, I'm gonna get you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna like ass up the line.
I'm
Now,
gonna
I think that this
I'm
now.
gonna steal one of your lights off.
Yeah,
give me that light.
give me that Lysol. What are you gonna say about it? But I think
Yeah.
because now we went through this, they put those restrictions on there. So I think that also the stores, Walmart, Home Depot, they've learned
Yeah.
their lesson.
So they put like limitations and stuff. 'Cause sometimes it's just crazy. Like
Yeah.
the toilet paper thing.
I saw a guy take
We didn't run out
Oreos
of-
and looked at me, looked around, and then started shoving all the
Like
Oreos
we didn't
in his-
need toilet paper.
Yeah.
For some reason, everybody took all the toilet paper, and now we're fine, and people are still wiping their butts. So I don't.
We were talking about them
understand.
wrapping themselves up like mummies. Maybe that's what they wanted
I
all the
don't
toilet
know.
paper for.
So like, I just hope people learn that lesson from it. There's always a lesson in life, man. Like good or bad, you take a lesson from
something
it,
from it.
and then you learn, and then you move forward. I tell my son all the time, like if people think failure is bad, failure is not bad. You fail,
Learn.
you learn what not to do, and then you move forward.
Yeah,
So
makes us better.
that's just one thing. I hope people learn that lesson. And then we started talking about people
are
chasing different things,
Yeah.
right? Like I just want you to. I see a lot of people posting, and some people have money, right? Money is a motivation. Which
Definitely
there's no
motivation.
problem with that.
No.
I want people to get money. But just know at the end of the day, like whatever you're chasing, if it's fame, money, a great family, which would be a good option.
Yeah.
you know, just know that there's consequences that cost for that. You know, you chasing it. Like some people chase money, and at the end of the day, you know, we go to people's houses, and you know, that's all they have.
Yeah.
They just got the money, and they don't have anything else. And it's like, you know, you should be. I think you should worry more about the people you can affect, the people that you can, you know, help during the way, because they're gonna remember you. Your memory is only going to be in them, in their hands, right? My memory is going to be in my son's hand, my wife's hands if I pass, and they'll be able to tell the story about me or tell me
And
about
it wasn't just about money.
Yeah, not my money. You know, it's about the how I affect them. You know what I mean? Like how
money
I
might
talk
be
to
left
them.
behind.
I love helping people.
Who was-
I want everybody to win.
Yeah.
Right? We both have that same thing in common, and you know, if I can help people, then of course at the end of the day they're gonna be like, you know, I just want, you know, that's about your legacy of what you leave behind. So I know a lot of people chase money. That's one of the big things, and fame.
Yeah,
You know, at the end of the day, that's why you see, like we talk about things about before, but like Heath Ledger, and what's the other people like?
Well, you just think about.
People that died, like all the celebrities, Mac Miller.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, he was getting there. He was on his way.
Yeah, and you know these people. You know, I don't know if they didn't commit suicide necessarily, but
still,
you know,
they got taken away from us early.
They got taken away from us early.
You look at Bruce Lee. You look at you see what they left behind. You see what Bruce's son left
Bruce
behind.
Lee left behind. People still remember him to this day, and it's like you want to have that. You know, even if you have it just on your immediate family, you want to have that effect with it. People miss you when you're gone. Like they said, the bearer, I forgot the person that buries you.
The pallbearer?
The pallbearer
is
is sad when you die, type of shit.
Yeah.
So people knew about you. So I think you need to focus on that more than just money.
Somebody told me this one day. He told me, he goes, listen, you don't belong in this type of scenario, hanging out with the wrong people. And when he broke it down to me, he goes, who's going to remember you? Who's ever going to remember you? Who's going to show up at your funeral? Let's say God exists. Let's say you're standing, you can watch who's there.
Watch who's there.
Watch who's there. Who's showing up?
You're going to be sad when nobody
shows up. Or when two people show up, just your parents, because they're your parents.
Because you didn't affect them.
You didn't affect anybody. You didn't change.
You didn't help anybody. I think we need to focus more on that.
I'm more scared about that than going broke.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's the reason why I won't go broke, because that is my goal.
That's my goal. Yeah.
My goal is to affect people's lives. So I won't go broke because I know I need to make money so I can go back and give back or go back and help people. So it won't affect me. I don't think it'll affect me because it hasn't affected me yet, and I just keep doing that. Yeah. I keep going back for money so that I can go back and invest or help people and to grow. So now when I leave, you know what I mean? That's the memories they have of me. So it might be a selfish move, but in the end, you're helping people too.
Well, think about this podcast. There's a selfish mood to it, right? But it's also trying to help people. So it goes with both things that we want at the same time. It's exactly what we've been doing this whole time. From the start of our
career. Just ain't able to touch people or
exactly.
reach as much as we want.
As many
we want to reach a lot of people now. That's the whole
hopefully,
thing.
that's the whole goal. But overall, like, it's a video log. We can explain to them exactly. And still, there's an ego behind it. There's a selfishness behind it. But it's also an outreach.
There's always
somebody.
Everybody does. Nobody does something that's not kind of selfish.
How crazy is it that we're not coming at you guys thinking we know everything? We're so much smarter.
There's things I learned along the way. I'm learning still. Yeah. I'll be learning until I'm 80. So
podcasts are crazy, aren't they? When you think about it, but now we're doing it.
Well, that's a new thing now. I'm glad that people can express themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, you know, since with everything that's going on, we talk about police talk.
Police, dude. Oh my God.
Right. And you know, it's a tricky thing, man. Like, but the only thing I can come to is, you know, police are humans.
Yes.
Right.
It's dangerous.
Good
job.
Police and there's bad police. Right. And then, you know, some come in good and some end up bad.
Yeah.
Some come in bad and stay bad. Right. And those are individual things that they do.
And also individual officers with individual numbers on their
and badges. Yeah. So I don't like to put them all in the same boat.
No.
You know what I mean? Because there's some that are bad and some that are good.
Yeah.
There's some that, you know, I seen were real nice and let people off and didn't, you know, take us to jail for certain things. And then there's some that, you know, will just find something to take you to jail for, right? But we got to be able to, that's what every like person in the world, there's good as bad, right? There's some people that are just evil, and there's some people that are not. And some of them are police. With all the training you can have, there's some bad police.
Yeah.
Right? That's just facts. There's no way around that. You can't say all the police are good. You can't say all the police are bad.
There's some bad plumbers.
Right? There's some bad plumbers. There's some bad bankers. There's some bad accountants that steal money. Yeah. There's some bad...
Some bad in everything.
Anything you think of, there's bad people. So don't think like... which I know, and I take that in consideration that all these people have these characteristics, and all they want.
It's just a dangerous job. There's
And-
such a high level
Yeah.
of risk and reward, right, for them, and then there's also a high level of a mistake that you can make, or
Oh, yeah.
if you do everything by the book and
Yeah.
do all the paperwork and cross your eyes, dot your I's and just cross your T's.
Cross your T's.
Overall, it's not easy. I don't know. I couldn't.
I wouldn't. I don't want to be a
I
cop.
couldn't
I
do it.
never want to be a cop.
Yeah.
I've never envied a cop. I don't want to be a cop.
Oh, I can't say I
Um,
didn't envy. I did look at their scenario and go, man, that's a tough job. Like it's not.
Oh no, envy. I'm saying as far as I know, it's a tough job. Envy as
But
far
I
as
didn't
like
wanna-
I can't wait to be a cop.
No.
I was never be a cop. I couldn't be a cop.
I thought
anyways
about being a
for other
firefighter one
reasons.
time though.
Yeah, I like firefighters because they do the 3 days, 3 hours.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
But I couldn't do that anyways because
Yeah, no.
other stuff going behind
Yeah.
me. But anyway, so you know, I would like that too. Though. I like the 3 days, 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever, or 4, 3 or 4, whatever
It's
they
a cool.
do.
It's a different
But that's a
type
cool
of
little
lifestyle.
like scenario. But
Yeah.
you know, there's bad cops. Like I have, you know, people that I call family that are cops.
Yeah.
I know people, you know, their dads are cops.
100%.
There
There was a cop.
They're not bad people.
A cop helped me and you meet.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you this story. Right? It's a long time ago, so I changed. Right? I'm a changed man.
Remember that.
So we were pulling out of the parking lot, and this little kid, right? Or not a kid, but I was in my 20s at the time too, and he might have been in his teens or his 20s or whatever.
Yeah.
So I pull up, and he comes to Louis' side of my truck, and he's with his girl, and he's trying to show off. That's the story, right?
That
So
was
he
the story, but yeah, that's
Oh, it's a different story? So he comes to the truck. What was the
Mine
story?
was Natalie.
Alright, so you tell that story. But anyway, so he comes to the truck.
Crazy, though.
What I'm saying is a cool cop or
Yeah, yeah,
a cop
it's
that
perfect.
understood what's
Yeah, yeah.
going on. So it could have went either way.
Keep
But anyway,
going.
so he came and he knocked on the window. The kid is knocking on the window, banging on the window because I pulled up and I stopped the crosswalk, right?
Yeah.
And he's banging on my window. So I got out the car and I walked around and I smacked him in the mouth, right? Right?
I turned around.
smacked
He
him.
was already
I
gone.
popped him. Bam.
I said, yo, we gotta
I
get.
said, bruh. I said, what you doing, man? Back up. He backed up. He's like,
Yeah, I remember.
So he walked away from me.
Yeah.
A cop was pulling in.
Right there.
Right? So the cop pulled me over and was like,
Yeah.
he thought he was going to get the cop to arrest me.
Yeah, yeah.
And the cop's like, bro. The cop was like, he didn't say bro, but he was like, yeah,
yeah.
listen. I saw him. He was knocking on your window. He was, I said, yeah, he was knocking on my window. I'm like, bro, what you doing, man?
Yeah.
And I smacked his ass, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he was cool. He let me go.
Yeah,
he let the kid go.
He was like, well,
And the
obviously,
kid,
he was touching your property.
yeah, he's touching my
Consider your
property, so I was
property.
defending my property, and I smacked him, right?
So hilarious.
I popped him, and Louis. Actually, I didn't
I
smack
turned
him.
around, I
I
said-
didn't smack him. My bad. I jabbed him.
Yeah,
I like pop.
yeah, you give him a quick
I
jab.
give him a quick pop right in the back. He was bleeding out his mouth
Yeah,
or whatever. And Louis like, bro. Louis laughing, and I'm like, bro, don't play with me, man. Right? So I'm telling the guy, and then the cop called in. They let me go. There wasn't no thing. They saw what was going on.
No.
They were there to see it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like this kid calling the cop on me saying I harassed him.
Yeah,
He saw it.
he saw
and
it.
he's like, yo, listen.
I get it. This is your
Don't
property.
bang on the guy's
You
property.
taught the kid a lesson.
You taught the kid a lesson, like,
Right.
don't do that. And that kid right now, I bet, will never go up to nobody's window and think he's so tough and bang on the glass and
Nope.
all that.
He knows.
Um,
He knows now.
So that was what I was saying about, there's some police that understand what's going on. If they can see it, if they coming in, sometimes they don't know what's
It's the
going
same
on.
reason how we met with Natalie. Natalie was married to your
Natalie,
brother,
Yep.
and I needed
That's what I
a
said.
job. I was
Police
in
in my
trouble.
family.
Yeah,
Yep.
I needed a job, and she was like, "Listen, you don't belong in these scenarios, this situation. You're not this type of person. I'll show you why. Let me put you in a scenario you can actually have a future." And I'm like,
And then she brought him to plumbing, and he's been, making a
Killing
living
game
after
since.
that. You know what I mean? And taking care of his family. So
"Thank you for the steak dinners, by the way,
Yeah.
Natalie."
So what I'm saying is like, not talking about certain situations, but just to say
Yeah.
in general
Yeah.
that
There's
there's
good
good
cops
and
and
there's
bad
bad in every situation,
Yeah.
right? So I don't, I used to be involved with them a lot. I was in their face a lot,
Yeah.
and I used to talk and do craziness and all that. And sometimes they want to go they want to go home to their family too.
100%.
You know what I mean? So if they're out walking around in a neighborhood that's really crime ridden.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you worry about yourself too. It's a selfish thing. Like you're like, I want to go home too, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to
You
make
gotta
a
think about-
mistake and think this guy is not the guy and this is the guy.
Yeah.
And this guy pulls a gun on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That's
like,
part of protocol
I
too.
get
for
it. But then
police.
when you make mistakes, you gotta eat the consequences.
Um,
I said that in the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
Actions.
We were
have
talking about this
consequences.
too when cops
Yeah.
when they're learning how to do all this stuff, and they show them month after month of videotapes where they're just a regular traffic stop and boom, the person gets shot up and killed. They can't go home to their family.
So, and then when they get in a situation and they've never been in it, you never know. So they're human anyways. They're human. They make mistakes. They sin. They're
some good, some bad.
They're faulty.
Yeah.
I get it.
And there's some good of us and
but
some
then
bad
again,
of us also.
like I said,
as citizens.
to make this point again, you gotta, whatever your consequences are, you gotta accept your consequences.
There's a very important thing we're missing about this whole entire scenario, right? That we didn't bring up race one time in what we just said, did we?
No, so we're gonna talk about
The
that.
same.
More.
But we were able to have that
about just
conversation.
People,
without
people are
talking about
people,
race. Yeah.
and like I said, I've met all different people, and there's some good and some bad people. So we're gonna talk about something that had just happened, the Karen thing, right? I don't even know her name.
So we thought.
It's bad that I'm calling her Karen.
Yeah.
I don't know her name.
We don't know what her real name is.
But I will tell you this: like, what she did in the park was racist. Straight up. Like, there's no like.
That's what was racist.
You can't. I try to look at stuff down the middle.
That poor
but
dog.
This one I can't look
You
at.
see the dog?
The dog was.
He
was bad too.
a victim also.
He was a victim. The dog was a victim, and her just talking is a victim. I think I don't know if she was.
She could be
She
mental
might have
mentally ill.
ADHD or something. I don't know. She was like really weird about
Yeah,
it.
maybe bipolar.
And she was
disorder.
really like flustered.
Yeah.
Me personally, if somebody came up and said, "Oh, leash your dog," I'd have been like, "Yeah, go ahead, get out my face, bro."
Yeah,
and I would have took the dog and I would have kept walking the dog and been like, "Go on, go back up, go do what you're doing."
Yeah.
Me personally, but like her, she wanted to interact and they wanted to have like this conversation. It was crazy.
So weird. And he was a bird watcher.
Yeah, and he was just doing his thing. He
Just
did nothing
anyway.
wrong. He just telling the lady like, "Listen, put your dog on a leash,
Yeah.
right? Your dog come at me." I tell you all the time, like if your dog come at me, I'm gonna kick your
I'm
dog.
gonna kick him.
And if I kick your dog,
I
if
don't
he
know your
keeps
dog.
coming,
Yeah.
then I'm much.
Unless he comes up and licks
That's
me,
the one.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, if he's like a nice dog, but if your dog comes at me like fiercely, I'm gonna bust
I
him
love
up.
it. We love animals, bro.
Yeah, so like, that was just a racist move, especially with the calling the cops and this saying it's a black person attacking me. Well, I was
It's like she overreacted.
I was like, Karen, come on, Karen.
come on, Karen.
What are
Why?
you doing?
Karen? You
Just
making? Oh man, you making?
I was trying to like be on. I was gonna be on his side, but then you messed up.
Now you did all that.
You messed up. Like you did some racist shit.
That's
That's
racist.
racist. And that one, she said it out of her mouth, so there's no like, you can't take it back and be
She
like,
said like, rape.
right? Yeah, she pretty much that's what she did when she called.
Yeah.
She was saying like,
She was acting
but
out
even
of
what's
fear.
crazy is another
Now
side
this
to
was
look at it.
before. This was before all this was going.
But this is another side of it because people saying how they're fearful of police. That black dude, I forgot his name. I wish I knew his name. I don't mean to. I don't know the other white lady's name either. I think we call him Karen.
Apologize.
But
he's a bird watcher. We call him bird
he's
watcher.
a bird watcher,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Call the police."
Yeah.
I want you to call the police. He wasn't scared of the police.
No, why? He didn't do anything.
Cause he know he ain't do nothing. He was gonna call the police like, "Listen, bro.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I'm just here. She ain't got no dog. Leash on the dog,
Yeah.
right?" So he wasn't scared of the police. As many people say, like, be fearful of this and that. He wasn't scared of the
That
police,
video, like,
right?
what?
So yeah, he was. She was crazy, but I think she was on. She might have been.
Tried on some drugs.
She might have
maybe?
did like some. She might have did the.
Some huffing?
What do you call it? Huffing?
She might have did some-
Is that what it is?
No, no.
She might have had like the asthma thing.
Oh, yeah.
She was going crazy. I'm like,
She had, what is it? When they freak out totally, like a panic attack or
panic.
like
She might have had a panic
yeah,
attack.
yeah.
She was going crazy, and I was like, calm down.
Yeah.
I was like, lady, all she had to do was walk away.
Yeah.
Or she could have been like, okay, sir, and then I don't know.
Would have been
that was
fine. There's a whole. Now think about this: the way he reacted, the way she reacted, the reactions to each other. He was calm, collected. She was
He
emotional.
was really
freaking
calm.
out.
He's like, go ahead, call the
What
cops.
are you gonna do? Whatever. I'll
Yeah,
stay
call
right
the
here.
cops.
That's fine.
I
Just
want
put a
you
leash.
to.
Stop choking your dog, though.
He said, I want you to call the cops. That's what he said. I was like,
That's how
damn.
confident he was about it.
Yeah, he was confident. Like, bro, I ain't doing nothing. You the
bro.
one gonna get in trouble.
It's tough for you when you're in a scenario like that, in a situation. Let's say you're scared of, because let's just go here. What if in her past something bad happened with that race, right? Or something bad happened with a really
Like a
tall,
black
maybe it's his
person?
height. Maybe it's his
But
height.
probably nothing.
Or maybe,
happened, but
yeah, but
could've
maybe,
been.
let's
Yeah, I don't
say
know.
it did. Maybe she overreacted. Maybe she does have she was off her meds. Maybe, you know.
I'm not listen, and I'm not.
Did we find out what
judging
happened to her at the end after
Listen.
this all?
She got fired, and everything.
Oh God.
But even the guy who was the bird watcher who called the black gentleman,
Yeah.
he even said like he was like he didn't know it was gonna go that far.
Yeah.
You know, he was gonna get fired. They were gonna take a dog. Like they took a dog, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
that's a lot.
they went all the way. So you know, that was racist. Like that was a racist thing.
Yeah.
No, whether she even knew it or not, she was being racist.
I thought Karen was the block party.
See, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Because we already had that conversation.
Yeah, I thought
I don't
that
know
was-
what Karen is, but They were calling her Karen.
That's what they
so-
said. I don't know even her name.
I don't know her name. She's in New York. It was in Central Park, that thing.
That's
And
crazy.
then, another thing we were talking about too is like, this was brought up in a couple of topics that I mentioned on or whatever, like raising my son, raising, your daughter, and being able to teach him about things that are going on in the world. Especially my son, I guess he's 3/4 black, right? Because I'm half and my wife is, full, right? So I'm guessing he's 3/4. I don't know how that works out. But like bringing them in danger, and the thing is, like I tell people all the time, like I'm gonna teach my son about danger, right? And there's things like I put videos, I'll post or whatever, and it's like the odds of death, right? Like there's a 1 in 60 chance of heart disease, 1 in 7 of cancer, 1 in 111 of falling, right, and dying, right? 1 in 4,000 of being a bicyclist and dying.
Yeah.
1 in 54,699 of a catalysmic storm, right? Getting struck by lightning is 1 in 180,746 chance, right?
Yeah.
Right? These are all dangers. These are all things that happen. You know what I mean? Like they said, the leading causes of death are heart disease, cancer, accident, stroke, chronic lower respiratory disease, Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, kidney disease, influenza, and septicemia. Right? So, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna teach my son about things that are dangerous, right? But I'm not gonna teach him to fear things, because if I really wanted to do that, I could be like, listen, bro, if you become a logger, you have a 91% chance of dying. Right?
Sure, yeah.
Or if I say, if you become a fisher, you have a 75% chance of dying, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go through this all.
Working on the
before he
oil
even
rig.
goes to figure out what he wants to do in life. I'm gonna be like, listen, if you become a roofer, you have a 40% chance of dying, bro. If you become a construction worker, you have an 18% of dying. I'm gonna make him so scared that he's just gonna stay at home and live with me for the rest of his
Can I
life.
just make money off playing video games, Dad? It sounds safer.
I don't know the
I don't know
cause.
the percentage
I don't know
of
the
how many
percentage
people get
of how many people
electrocuted by
die.
an Xbox controller.
Right? How many people die from cancer from having the headphones on their
for
ears?
too long. Right.
I don't know.
But
And it's like I'm not gonna,
everything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna teach my son
No.
fear.
No.
That's one thing, right? I'm not gonna teach him fear from certain things. There's certain things when you go by the numbers, it's not nothing to fear. It's not a higher percentage of him dying from walking outside than to interacting with a different race.
Right.
We'll say.
Right.
You know what I mean? The percentage ain't there, so I'm not gonna teach him about that, because there's no percentage enough to tell me. And somebody argued with me on Facebook or whatever I was telling you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, so then you don't want to look at stats, you don't want to look at statistics. All right, so then COVID is nothing. Then we might as well just go out and fuck it. We just all wear masks. We don't even wear masks. We just go out.
Yeah.
Because the reason why we in the COVID situation
Just
is
numbers.
because of numbers.
Yeah.
That's the only reason we in it.
Mm-hmm.
If not, if they didn't have the numbers and they didn't say 2 million people gonna die and this and that, we wouldn't have even had masks on. So if that's how we're gonna work it, and that's how you think it should go, then
But it's like it works for one thing but not the other.
not the other.
Yeah. So we're
That's what I say. We always talk about that. We try to keep it down the middle, right?
Yeah.
I try to keep it down the middle,
Yeah.
and I try to keep what I stand on solid,
100%.
right?
There's a foundation there.
Foundation. There's no foundation. That means as soon as they come up with a different number,
Okay.
forget the foundation.
Yeah, anyway.
Poke holes in it.
yeah.
I can go with that. You know what I mean? That's not what I stand for, and I'm not gonna do that. Like
And
I'm not
the way
gonna
I'm
do
raising
that.
my daughter's the same way. Like, well, overall, I just want her to experience life. Like right now, she's about to be 3 in August. So when she does things, not only does she not fear a thing,
Not nothing.
but she's
I wanted
not
to keep.
looking
You wanted
at.
to keep that.
She's not looking at color. She's not looking at what religion. She's completely has nothing to do with any of that. She's just
As long as she experiences
she loves
everything, she loves everything.
and she's adventurous.
She won't even know.
She made a rock garden today just because with another family that are Spanish,
even know.
Indian. She doesn't know. She's
doesn't
having
know.
fun with other kids.
She doesn't know.
She's just
And that's what they say. They say that is racism, especially, is a learned behavior.
No, we're just having fun. We're just trying to be happy.
Yeah.
When you're, she's only 3, right? I have a lot to learn when
lot.
it comes to parenting. I know that.
My son is only
But
8.
I have to start from scratch, and it's okay starting from scratch by making her fearless.
Fearless. Don't fear anything, man.
That's the point.
Like,
It's gonna
don't
hold you
fear
back.
people. Don't fear things that are going on. And I'm not gonna.
And I don't want my kid to walk in the water and be like, "Well, I can swim," when she can't.
And then she's scared to go in the ocean because
But
of
I'm gonna
sharks.
teach her how to swim, though.
No, don't be scared. Percentage of sharks killing you is very low.
Right.
You'll be okay.
You'll be
Percentage of a jellyfish biting you is very low. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
And if you're one of those percentage, you know,
I mean, sorry about that.
Right?
I mean,
But
it sucks for you.
what I'm saying is these percentages are low.
Yeah.
Like me going swimming, me driving every day, I have a percentage of how I would die driving.
Is there a percentage on motorcycle accidents?
Motorcycle
deaths?
accidents are probably higher than car
Huge,
accidents
but
of you dying.
If you love motorcycles, that's your thing.
That's your
I'm not
thing,
gonna
do
stop
it.
your passion.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop the thing that you love
But
to
you
do.
know you got a higher percentage of dying.
Right, you
if
know your risk.
If you ride a motorcycle.
But I'm happy for you that you did your thing and you
But you
show
got-
me your Kawasaki
but
and I'm like, damn, that's the gangster.
Yeah, but you got to deal with that. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna teach them about those things that this is a risk of dying. It could happen.
Possibility.
But I'm not gonna give them the whole breakdown and scare him about.
Then
I'm
you
gonna
would
scare him
never
of
step
everything.
outside.
He's gonna be like, fuck. I got how much percentage of chance of dying when I step outside?
Nah.
You got like a 1 in
Yeah.
800% of chance of dying. I'm not going outside.
But it's also being adventurous, right?
Like
It's also
going,
going on. How many trips have you gone on, right?
Oh, a lot.
How many trips have I gone on? Going to see the world and seeing how other people live their lives too, and you're seeing.
Like flying in a plane.
Yeah.
Flying in a plane.
There's a risk of.
has a risk,
Yeah, there's a risk there.
right?
There's a risk
Every day.
on everything.
Planes crash. Right?
But just don't put your hand in in an alligator's mouth, right? I wouldn't do
Yeah.
that. But there are people who do this as a profession.
do it all the time and they don't get bit.
They know the
So
risk.
like, it's just knowing the risk. I'm not gonna teach them about fearing it. I want them to fear it. I want them to be fearless,
Yeah.
right? And that way he can accomplish anything. And then if anything comes up, we talk about it, man. I'm gonna be there to talk about it,
Yeah.
and walk them through it, and that's it. So that's for me personally. I'm not raising them.
And us
to
being
be
us
fearful.
being close friends too. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
So your son talking to me, my daughter talking to you. Eventually, it's going to be
Be
the same
fearless,
thing.
man.
Yeah.
Don't worry about nothing. Nobody can stop you from doing what you want to do. There's
No.
people that came here with nothing.
Yeah.
People from all different spots of life.
Yeah.
And they done made it, and they did great things in the world and changed the world. And it's don't fear anything. When you teach people that, they walk into a place. You know, I was talking to somebody, and I don't want my son to walk into a place and be fearful of people or
anything.
certain things that's going on.
Yeah.
Don't be fearful of nothing, man. Be fearless. I'm really, when I see people that are fearful, it breaks my heart because like I don't fear things like that. Like, and you just gotta live with it and know the consequences, right? I'm not gonna jump off a building,
No.
a 40-story building, because the chance of me dying is probably 100%,
100%.
right? Or I can just break my legs and maybe not, but
Yeah,
I'm
depending
pretty
on how
sure
high.
it's pretty high.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna jump off a building to prove that to you,
Yeah.
right? But I'm saying, I know the risk of that,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So if I know the risk, I'm not gonna do it, type of thing.
People have phobias. People are afraid of heights.
Yeah.
People are afraid of certain things. Completely understandable. But a lot of times they put a lot of limitations or things that they can and can't do.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
Because of fear.
Yeah. 'cause
Fear
of
is not real. I don't
It's
think fear
fear-based.
is real. I think danger is real. Fear is what you put in your mind that could happen.
Are dangerous
It might
or
not
not.
happen.
Yeah.
Right? And you got to look at the chances they have of
Yeah.
that. And then, like I said, one of the last things we'll talk about is like anger
Yeah.
and outrage.
The outrage.
Right? I
Culture.
think a lot of people are very, very angry.
Yeah.
Right? We talked about this briefly a little bit before, but there's a lot of angry people. Like people that are angry. I don't know what. Sometimes I don't know what they're angry at because some of them haven't even experienced some of the things that they're angry about. Right? They haven't experienced it,
Oh, yeah.
but they just somehow feel other people's anger and they just interpret it, take it in,
Yeah.
and then they come out with it, right? And it's like, at the end of the day, man, it's like you can't take whatever somebody else is feeling, that's what they're feeling, right? Or when something happens to somebody else, that's kind of what they're feeling. You can't really interpret their anger. You could just, see it and see if, you have the same, the same, if you have the same interaction, if you have the same thing, then you can understand them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, I don't know, just people being angry, I'm past that. Like, I used to be I don't want to say angry, but I used to just
You
pop
always had
off.
kinda-
Just like the video, just like we just talked about earlier. When I went out and punched the guy in the face,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that now
No.
because I might have my son in the back seat, right? Or I might punch the guy in the face and the police really arrest me.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to jail, and then I got to explain to my son how I had to get bailed out for punching some guy in the face for knocking on the window.
Right.
Right? So, those
Now,
things
I
I
was
don't
raised
do.
around a lot of
Violence.
violence and anger, right? So overall, like taking that out into like people don't know me. I go out in the world, I'm hanging out with people. They have no idea that what I was trained or what I was taught, and how violent I could really or aggressive I can be. And I'm small, so I look unassuming. You wouldn't think it until everybody started figuring it out, and I started doing this. There's a machete story, there's gun stories, there's crazy things that have happened in my life. But I had to eventually, when the stakes got high enough where things were, I could be here or not be here anymore, I had to weigh out my option of, is my anger taking over my entire life? Instead of it becoming, instead of me controlling it. Moses brought something really important up to me back in the day. He goes, hey dude, didn't you take martial arts with your father for like years? Isn't the basis on that discipline? So where is it? Because you're yelling at everybody.
You're about to fight everybody.
You yelled at your own boss.
We're about to just karate chop
everybody.
Kick somebody.
I just
man.
couldn't. I felt like I couldn't control it. And when he brought that up, I'm like, yeah, bro. I know when to and when not to.
Yeah.
So I could just, if I can turn it off and turn it on, let's turn it off.
Turn it on.
And it was that easy for me.
No, because it
From
got
that-
consequences.
Yeah, it does.
If Louis karate kick somebody, right?
accidentally
And they
kill somebody.
fall and hit their head
Yeah.
and die.
Yes.
Now you about to get a murder charge when you didn't even want to get a murder charge.
Yeah.
Right? You kick the guy in the head, he fall, bust his head open, he dies
Yeah.
right in front of you, and then you like, damn, I just kicked him to just like get him off to tell him something like,
Yeah.
yo, stop talking to me, boom, kicks him.
Yeah.
It can happen, but it happens all the time. People like don't really want to fight somebody and hit him, and they end up hitting him in the temple.
Wrong spot in the throat.
Hit him in the throat, he can't breathe, dies, you know what I mean? Like punch him in the throat or whatever.
Yeah.
That thing happens all the time, bro. Like, so you gotta control yourself, bro. You gotta relax. Like, you gotta really think about everything. Like I said, every action has a consequence. Whether you like it or not, whether it's good or bad,
And
there
look,
is a
here, I'm gonna be honest with you. Growing up how I grew up, and seeing the things I saw, right, it messed me up a bit. I was up to me to control a lot of the things, and it was a mental disability. And some people feel like they cannot get out of it, dude. You can get out of it. I promise you.
You can.
I know you feel stuck. Maybe somebody out there feels like they just can't get past this thing. This is just like you said before. This is who I am now. This is who you are now. It doesn't mean that you can't do
Tomorrow
make
you
the
can't
steps.
be
You
somebody
can't change it.
different. Yeah.
It might take a
Tomorrow
little
you
bit
can
more
be somebody
time.
else.
It might be a short
Tomorrow you
amount
can
of
start
time.
thinking.
Yeah, but it was
Shorten the fuse,
Yes.
make the fuse longer,
Longer.
the way you pop off.
Yeah.
You can do it, bro. I'm telling you, it's like
It's possible.
just thinking about it. Just thinking about the consequences.
We're both living proof.
What's
of
more
that.
important?
Yeah.
What's your purpose? What's more important? If it's more important, it's more important to be home, raising my
Raising
son,
your son.
taking care
Creating
of my
that
wife.
legacy.
For sure. That's more important than anything for me right now. So,
If I would just go immediately was violent, right? Every single time to whatever scenario was going on.
You in jail.
Raising a 2.5 to 3 year
yeah,
old.
you mentioned.
No, and just raising my kid. Or let's say I got away with all of it. My kid is going to be that same way. So it's my actions.
She don't
that's
watch.
my
They don't watch what you say. They watch what you do.
What I do, 100%. I have to be very careful on how I react.
So that's like I said. Next episode we'll get into deeper things that's going on right now. This is our
This is what
our
we
thoughts
do,
about
huh?
this. We talk about this.
How
all the
long was
time.
this one? So long.
I don't know. It was long. I can't even see the
I couldn't
time.
see
It was
it.
long, but we hope you stay with us through the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, subscribe, and share.
Comment down
Comment whatever you want to say,
below.
good or bad. Whether you disagree, whether you agree,
Yeah.
whether you don't like my beard,
Whether you
whether you don't like Louis freckles.
Yeah.
Either way,
Like my
just
weird
comment.
hair.
Yeah, whatever. You don't like his little chain, little choker chain.
Yeah.
You don't like my shirt, whatever. Just comment, subscribe,
I don't like that dude.
share. I don't like this dude.
Or say I do. I love you. guys. I
Don't
love
don't
you
block
either
me.
way.
Don't block me on things.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. Come
Yeah,
on.
don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's a hater. Don't be a hater.
Well, I
Yeah.
appreciate the positivity.
Appreciate it. If you stayed through the video, cool.
Yeah.
If not,
love
hopefully
you anyway.
earlier we hit a point. I want to make sure I help everybody.
I think at one point too, like we said, we're talking too. Again, we're still upgrading even our equipment, and on top of it too, we might do little shorts here or there where we could shorten up.
Yeah,
some
we'll
topics.
talk. We can both get on IGTV and
Yeah.
have our own topics.
Yeah,
And talk about things, and then we come together and
we grow together.
have fun.
All right. So
Uh-huh.
thank you guys for subscribing and hanging out for a little while with us and
Thanks
chatting.
for the truth.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Boom.